Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome to the Senior for Mathematics on Complex Numbers. We are going to start looking at division of complex numbers, and these are the steps that we need to follow when we are dividing two or more complex numbers. Step number 1 says get the conjugate of the denominator. If you don't know how to get the conjugate, please watch the previous videos. So number 1 is getting the conjugate of the denominator. So we are going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator, and that term is called rationalizing the denominator, that is rationalization, as we shall see. Step 3 is simplify as far as possible. After getting the conjugate, after multiplying, please simplify. Those are the steps that we are going to follow. So without wasting time, let's see how we can solve example 1. So solution to example 1, part A says Z1 out of Z2. So if you look here, we have three complex numbers, Z1, Z2 and Z3. So the first part says that divide Z1 by Z2. So Z1 divided by Z2 equals to, let's substitute, what is Z1? Z1 is 2 plus 6i. So 2 plus 6i divide by, what is Z2? Z2 is 3 minus i. 3 minus i. Now let's come to the steps. What are the steps saying? Step 1 is what? Getting the conjugate of the denominator. Which one is the denominator? 3 minus I is the denominator. So the conjugate of the denominator becomes, we say that if you are getting conjugate of a complex number, you simply change the sign of the imaginary part. So the imaginary part here is minus I. So from minus, we shall make it plus 3 plus I. That is step 1. Step 2 is multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. So after getting the conjugate, we shall now come and multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. How would it look like? It will look like, you look at this form, Z1 divided by Z2 becomes, we have 2 plus 6i out of 3 minus I. This is how the number has been, but we are saying multiply. So multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So this is the conjugate. So you get this conjugate and you multiply the numerator. This is the numerator times conjugate. Still conjugate is here. So the denominator and the conjugate. After that, then let us complete the multiplication. So when we are multiplying the numerator, we shall say 2 times 3, 6. Again 2 times I is 2i. This is just a simple multiplication that we looked at. Then you come to 6i times 3, 18i plus 18i. 6i times I becomes 6i squared over 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times I is positive 3i. Negative I times 3, negative 3i. Negative I times I is negative I squared. This equals to 6, 2i plus 18i is 20i plus 20i plus 6i squared plus 6. What is I squared? we say that I squared is negative 1. Instead of I squared, you put the negative 1 over this and this are going to cancel. 3i minus 3i is 0. And that is the meaning of rationalization. It means that the denominator should not contain I, or there should be no complex part in the denominator. And then here we shall have 9 minus, what is I squared? Still I squared is a negative 1. Then we proceed. This one becomes a negative 6. So that we have here 6 plus 20i minus 6 out of 9 minus negative 1 is the same as 9 plus 1. Negative times negative, positive. This gives us 6 minus 6, 0. So here it gives us 20i out of 10. But we can simplify. What is 20 divided by 10 is 2. So the result here gives us 2i. And this is the answer for part